There is a moment I want you to remember. You put on a fragrance you love in the morning. You catch it on yourself in the lift, and it makes you feel like the best version of who you are. And then, by lunch, you lean toward someone and you smell nothing. It's gone. Not faded, not soft gone. And you tell yourself the same thing you've told yourself for years. It's my skin, it's my age. I've never been able to make perfume last. I told myself all three of those things for 30 years, and every one of them was a lie, because none of them was the real reason. The real reason is that you have been putting perfume onto bare, thirsty skin with nothing underneath it to hold the scent down. And there is one thing you can add, one step, before the perfume ever touches you, that changes both how long it lasts and how strongly it reaches the people around you. Not a setting spray, not a primer the counter sells you. Something most of you already have in the house. And if you don't, it costs a few dollars once and lasts for months. You've spent decades trusting your own nose. You know when a woman walks past and leaves something beautiful in the air, and you know when a woman has clearly bathed in something and you'd like a window open. That difference is not the perfume. That difference is how it was applied. I'm Vivienne Marchand, and I've been buying, wearing, and I'll be honest, wasting perfume since I was a young woman, standing at counters, letting people in blazers sell me the wrong fix over and over. So let me give you the right one. Here it is, plainly, because I don't believe in making you wait for the thing you came for. Before you spray anything, you put a thin layer of unscented oil or a rich, unscented cream onto the exact spots where you're about to apply your fragrance. Then, you spray the perfume on top of it. That's the whole foundation of it. The oil goes down first, the scent goes on second. And the reason it works is not marketing, and it isn't magic. It's simple chemistry that the industry has no reason to teach you. Fragrance is built on oils. The molecules that carry a scent are oil-loving. They cling to oil and they run from dryness. When you spray perfume onto dry skin, those molecules have nothing to grab. They sit on the surface, they warm up, and they lift off into the air and disappear, which is exactly why your beautiful morning scent is a memory by noon. But when you lay down a thin layer of oil first, you've given every one of those fragrance molecules something to hold on to. They bind into that oil. They stop evaporating so fast. And instead of a scent that flares and dies, you get one that stays close and releases slowly across the whole day. Now, let me be honest with you about the oil itself, because this is where people overcomplicate it and waste money. You do not need a special perfume fixing product. What you want is any unscented, skin-safe oil that won't fight your fragrance. The two I keep on my own dressing table are jojoba oil and fractionated coconut oil. Jojoba is lovely because it behaves almost exactly like the natural oil your own skin makes, so it sits well and doesn't turn. Fractionated coconut oil is the light, clear kind that stays liquid, not the solid tub in the kitchen, and it's featherweight, absorbs clean, and has no smell of its own to muddy your perfume. A small bottle of either is a few dollars and will outlast several bottles of scent. If oil isn't your thing, a plain, unscented, rich moisturizer does the same job. The point is simply that there is something on the skin for the fragrance to hold. Unscented is the rule. A scented lotion will argue with your perfume, and one of them will lose. I know some of you are thinking, doesn't the oil change the smell of my perfume? A fair question, and the honest answer is, an unscented oil won't change the scent, but it will very slightly soften the sharp top of it, the first bright burst you get in the first 2 minutes, because you've slowed the whole thing down. To my nose, that's a gift, not a loss. The screechy alcohol edge that some fragrances open with is exactly what the oil rounds off, so you often get a warmer, more expensive smelling opening as a bonus. But I won't tell you it's identical, because it isn't. It's a fraction rounder and a great deal longer. That's the trade, and after 30 years of testing it on myself, I take that trade every single time. There's a cousin to this trick worth naming too, for the woman who wants to go one step further. Alongside your alcohol-based spray perfume, you can buy the same or a similar scent as a perfume oil, an oil-based version. Often sold in a little roller, perfume oils have no alcohol to flash off, so they sit even closer to the skin and last longer still, though they project less on their own. The clever move some women make is to lay the matching perfume oil down first as the base and spray the alcohol version on top. The oil holds it down and gives you longevity, the spray gives you the reach. I'll be honest that not every fragrance you love exists as an oil, so this one's a bonus, not a rule. The plain, unscented oil base is the version that works with any bottle you already own. My mother understood a gentler version of all this without ever knowing the word for it. But the woman who taught me the whole of it was named Vivienne, a dancer I knew when I was young, long past her performing years by the time I met her, with a straight back and a way of entering a room that made everyone look up. Vivienne told me something I have never forgotten. She said, "You must dress the skin before you dress it in scent." She never left a room without leaving a little of herself in it. You'd walk through where she had been an hour later, and she'd still be there, faintly, in the air. I thought for years it was some rare, expensive perfume she must have had. It wasn't. It was oil and skill and knowing exactly where to put it. The perfume was almost beside the point. And that is the difference between the woman dazzled at the counter and the woman who trusts her own nose. The dazzled woman believes the answer is always another bottle, a stronger concentration, a more expensive name, the long-lasting version. They upsell her at the register. The woman who trusts her nose knows the truth is duller and cheaper than that. It was never about buying more perfume. It was about how the perfume met her skin. And here is the part the industry would rather you didn't sit with too long. You don't really buy a fragrance, you rent it. Reapplication is the entire business model. A woman whose scent vanishes by lunch buys 3 bottles a year. A woman who knows this one free step buys one and makes it last. Which of those 2 women do you think the counter is built for? The oil base is the thing that quietly takes you out of that arrangement, and it doesn't cost them a sale. You'll notice it costs them the second and third bottle you'd never have needed. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because longevity is only half of what you came for. The title promised you attraction, the sense that people notice you as you pass, and that is a different mechanism, and once you understand it, you'll never apply perfume the same way again. Because there's a difference between a scent that lasts on you and a scent that reaches out from you. Let me start with where you put it, because most women put perfume in exactly the wrong places. You want your pulse points, and there's a real reason for that, not folklore. The inner wrists, the base of the throat, the inner elbows, behind the ears, low on the neck. In those spots, the skin is thin and the blood vessels sit close to the surface, which means those spots run warm. Warmth is what lifts a fragrance up off you and pushes it gently into the air, so the people near you catch it. That's your projection. That is the difference between a perfume that only you can smell if you press your nose to your own wrist, and a perfume that arrives in the room a half second before you do. And here is a small correction I want to make to something you were probably taught, because I was taught it too, and it's wrong. You were told to spray your wrists and then rub them together. Don't. Rubbing generates friction, friction generates heat, and that heat burns off the delicate top notes before they've even had their moment. You're crushing the first act of the perfume against itself. Spray and leave it. Let it settle onto the oil and dry down on its own. I rubbed my wrists together for most of my life, quite proud of myself for it, and every time I was quietly wiping away the very thing I'd just paid for. So, oil down on the pulse points first, warm skin, perfume on top. That's the base of the whole system. But now I'm going to give you the part Yvonne understood that almost no one talks about the trail. Because instant attraction, that feeling of someone turning their head as you walk by, is not about how strong your perfume is up close. It's about leaving a little of yourself in the moving air behind you. And you do that not on your skin, but on the things that move when you move. 2 places. First, the ends of your hair. Hair holds scent beautifully and releases it slowly, and every time you turn your head or the breeze catches it, it lets a soft ribbon of fragrance into the space around you. Now, honesty. Because I promised you real information and not just a pretty idea, you do not spray perfume directly onto your hair. Most perfumes are built on alcohol, and alcohol is drying to the hair, especially our hair, which needs all the moisture it can keep. So you don't spray the hair, you mist your fragrance lightly onto your hairbrush or onto your fingertips, and you draw it through the ends, only the lengths, never the scalp. That gives you the trail without the dryness. It's a small thing, and it took me an embarrassingly long time to get right. I ruined the ends of my hair for a good while, spraying scent straight onto it before I understood. The second place is your clothes and whatever moves with you: a hemline, a scarf, the inside of a collar, the lining of a jacket. Fabric holds fragrance far longer than skin does because there's no body heat burning it off and no skin absorbing it. A single light mist on the inside of a scarf will still be there tomorrow. As you walk, as the scarf lifts, as your coat swings, that fabric releases scent into the air behind you, and that is precisely the trail people catch as you pass. That is your instant attraction. It was never about being overpowering. Overpowering repels. You all know the woman it repels you from. It's about a soft, moving signature that reaches people at the exact strength that makes them lean in rather than lean away. One quiet caution, because I'd rather you trust me than flatter you. Test a fragrance on a hidden bit of fabric first, silk and pale colors especially, because perfume can mark delicate cloth. On a dark scarf or a wool coat lining, you'll never have a problem. So let me put the promise and the honesty side by side, because I don't want to sell you a number I can't stand behind. The title says 99% more lasting power, and I want to be square with you about what that is and what it isn't. That is not a figure from a laboratory. I have not put your wrist under a machine, and I distrust anyone who told you they had. What I can tell you is what I have measured, the only way that actually matters on my own skin. Over years, the same fragrances applied both ways on the same kind of day. Bare skin, gone by lunch. Oil base underneath, pulse points warm. A trail on my hair and my scarf. Still quietly with me in the evening when I take my coat off. Not minutes longer, hours longer. That is the honest shape of it. The 99% is my way of saying it is not a small improvement you'll squint to notice. It is the difference between a perfume that abandons you at noon and one that stays with you until you decide to wash it off. And it costs you nothing but the oil you already have. If this is the kind of thing you want more of the free step instead of the expensive bottle, stay with me, because I have a whole shelf of these and none of them will cost you what the counter wants you to spend. Here's one more honest word before I lose the chance to say it. This works better on some skin than others, and I won't pretend otherwise. If your skin is naturally very dry, you will feel this trick more dramatically than a woman with oily skin does, because you were losing the most fragrance to begin with. Dry skin is thirsty skin, and it drinks perfume straight off the surface. And a warm day will carry your scent farther than a cold one, because it's heat that moves fragrance. So your results will shift with your skin and your weather, and any woman who promises you an identical outcome on every skin on every day is selling you something. Your nose, at the end of the day, is the final judge. It has been right for a long time. Trust it here too. Now let me give you the whole thing back cleanly, in order, so you can take a picture of this screen and keep it. 1. Straight out of the bath or shower while your skin is warm and slightly damp, smooth a thin layer of unscented oil, jojoba, or fractionated coconut, or a rich unscented cream onto your pulse points. Inner wrists, base of the throat, inner elbows, low behind the ears. 2. Let it settle for a minute, then spray your perfume directly onto those same warm oiled spots. That's your longevity. The scent binds to the oil and stops running away. 3. For the attraction, the trail, mist a little onto your hairbrush or fingertips and draw it through the ends of your hair only, never the scalp. 4. Mist one light spray onto the inside of a scarf, a collar, or a jacket lining, testing a hidden patch first on anything delicate. That's your projection, the ribbon of scent people catch as you pass. Oil first, warm pulse points, hair ends, moving fabric. That is the entire system, and there is not a single thing on that list the counter can sell you. Next time, I'm going to tell you about a mistake nearly every one of us makes the moment we buy a new bottle a habit that quietly kills a perfume in its box before you've worn it 10 times, sitting somewhere you'd never suspect in your own home. You're going to want to hear that one. And before I go, tell me in the comments what you're wearing, how long it lasts on your skin, and your skin type, dry or oily. I want to build a real record from real women, so the next woman who finds this knows exactly what to expect from her own skin. Your experience is worth more to her than any advertisement. Until next time, wear what's truly yours. You've spent a lifetime training that knows of yours, and what you wear should reflect you, not someone else's marketing budget.